Good morning. It's day 13 and I'm just getting set to get out of this campsite. Ran out of power last night, but I got my phone recharged. That's something anyways, but something I need to keep my mind on. So today I got a 67-kilometer journey that'll leave me 3 days to do 148 kilometers to get to Rimouski. That's doable. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try pay attention. This is all happening in real time. This is me packing up. So, rear bag. The fly goes in first. It's been drying in the sun. I don't fold. Why would I fold? All right, next, just get that off of here. That's my shirt from yesterday that's been drying out. And what I'm doing now is taking down the tent. Not sure how much of this you can see. Let's just turn the angle a bit. There we go. Alrighty. That's the tent down. Got my poles. Now I'm just going to fold up my poles. Takes a second here. Still real time. Alrighty. And here's my pole bag. Put the poles in the pole bag. This is usually a bit of a trick because they don't always all want to go. Alright, here's my pegs. I have 8 pegs. I've counted them to make sure I have all my pegs. Alrighty. Here's my tent. Tent goes into that bag where the fly went. In we go. Folding, that's for chumps. Alrighty. Oh, I've left something in my tent. Uh-oh. What have I left in my tent? Oh, okay. Ah, yes, okay. Alrighty. Hey, these things happen. Wouldn't have been lost, right? Because it'd be packed. Ground sheet. In we go. All right, so all that's packed in. Now my sleeping bag, which I've already compressed into this, and my pillow, which I would not be without, go into this blue bag to make sure they stay dry. Turns out that's pretty important. And then they go in. It's a bit of a squeeze here, because not because there isn't room, but because the sleeping bag tends to be longer than it is wide, and it's hard to get it into a narrow opening, but it does go. There we go. We compress all of this. Compress, compress, compress. Why? Because air has weight. And why would I carry weight? Okay. Tie this up. Clip and clip. Trying to do this at a good speed so that you don't have to wait for too long. All right, there's bag 1. Bag 2. This is the other back bag. First thing that goes in it is clothing. Clothing's a bit of a bear. All my clothing goes into a plastic bag, again, to keep it dry. And then I have to work that plastic bag into here. And often what I do is haul out some of the clothing. Right, so even my puffy jacket's in there. That takes up a lot of space, but it really compresses. Okay. Now, with half my clothing out of the bag, I can only imagine this video. Get in there. Get in there. Most days, this plastic bag never leaves this rear bag, and you can see why. All right, now it's in, and I'll put the rest of my clothing in. Again, why would I fold clothes? It's not like I'm going out to a formal occasion or anything. And you might think, wait, haven't I separated the dirty clothing from the clean clothing? There is no separating those. Everything is in a permanent state of semi-dirty. I do what I can. I push that down. Here's my X-Ped sleeping mattress, which I swear by. Into the top it goes. Push down, push down. Push, push, push. Push. Okay. Snap it shut. Snap it the other way. Oh, I need a little more. I didn't pack those clothes as tightly as I could have, so this is a bit harder to snap shut today. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. That'll do the trick. Okay, get in there, get in there. There we go. All right, that's bag 2. Bag 3. First of all, my cook kit. So here's my cook kit. 2 things of isobutane, because, and big things, which I didn't want, but the store didn't have less, not much I can do. That goes in the very bottom. There we go. Then my computer goes in the side, and the reason why I do it this way is the cook kit supports the computer. Mouse and power bar for the computer go on top. And then this is pretty light, so this is my CPAP with one of the batteries. That's pretty heavy. That goes in on top, and that's that bag done. Bag 3. Bag 4. This one already has all my bike repair kit stuff in the bottom. Takes quite a bit to talk me out of doing that, but there you have it. So, electronics, including spare battery packs. Normally one of these battery packs would ride in my front handbag, but they're all drained, so they go in the front bag. Medicine, stuff like that, all in one handy dandy bag. Lozenges. And finally, raincoat on top, because when you need it in a hurry. All right, bag 4 done. Wait, can that be all 4 bags packed that quickly? Yes. All right, wallet, lamp, cord, Leatherman, all go in my front bag. Same with the phone that you're watching this on. Okay, food, this is all the food, is going to go in the back bag on my bike. Whoops. Excellent video production there, folks. You don't want to miss that. All right, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it goes in the back bag. It seals so I can make it waterproof. Zip it up. There we go. Put the bags on the bike. One bag. Oops. There we go. Second bag. This is also not done all the way up. I'm getting careless in my old age. All right. I'll check those later to make sure they're fully clipped in. Third bag in the back. I have these set so they go as far back as they can go. Otherwise I bump them. Get in there. There we go. And the fourth bag. Okay. You remember my tent poles? Oh, I did. They're a special case. Whoops. I use a bungee. So my tent stakes loop in here with this bungee. It loops in around here, and I connect it here. It goes on this side. It's not very in focus because my leg, when I mount and dismount, goes on the other side. Oh, my spoon goes in the front basket. This little tiny church is right by the campsite. It's almost 200 years old. It really is tiny, and it looks like it's used for cultural events, which is cool. So many cars. La Rivière Tortue. Quite a bit more water now because of the rains yesterday. And that, of course, is the St. Lawrence River and the mountains on the other side. If you're wondering what goes in my frame bag, whoops, more quality video for you. So my tubes go in here. Sunscreen, DH, mosquito repellent, chamois cream, if you know, you know. And on the other side, it's where I keep my pump. Don't need to pack those on and off in the morning. La Rivière Trois Salmons, Three Salmon River. You can imagine the story that led to that name. pretty impressive today. Too bad I'm shooting straight into the sun, but that's the only angle I have. Yeah. No, I'm not climbing that. Good thing I'm traveling by bicycle, otherwise I'd spend all my money here. This is the second floor. Oh, real snowshoes. Ooh, I want. Oh, that one speaks to me for sure. Yeah, there's no price tag on it, and you know what that means if you have to ask. Rosebud. I asked, and it was $450, and you know, it's so tempting, but no, I can't. This is the studio of Maurice Hardy. Saint-Jean-Port-Joli. Strawberry banana smoothie. Traffic. Pretty cool. This is Saint Roch des Aulnay. I'd wait for a break in the traffic, but there is no break in the traffic. At least I have a nice wide biking lane, so yeah. Okay, there are some breaks in the traffic. I'm just often too patient to wait for them. For starters, and the fuel that'll get me to my destination. Seigneurie des Aulnay. Good place to have lunch. So this is less than a kilometer past the restaurant. My highway crosses the freeway here. It's highway, I think, 20, whatever, 30, 40, one of those. And so what happens is my trail takes off to the left, and it's going to follow the coast to the river almost exactly. So this is the fun part that's starting, although it doesn't look fun here, but trust me. See, isn't this nicer? Oh yeah, I can handle this. And this is where the trail proper begins. It's not even a kilometer down that little dirt road. All right, this is never a good angle. I decided my rear tire needed more air in it. And in fact, it was down to 54. It should be at 60. Tried to use this, but for some reason it wasn't working. And this has been a tried and true for me for a long time. But just haven't used this thing for ages. So I got out this, which I bought at the last minute. It's an electric tire inflator. Couldn't figure out how to use it. So I had to look up on YouTube how to use it. So that's the valve. Okay, so it's ready to go right like this. You don't have to attach anything. And on the back, you adjust, well, first you turn it on. You have to hold it for a bit. Right? And then you set your desired PSI. Now, if you just put it on to the valve like this without starting it, it'll give you a measure of the PSI. That's how I discovered it was at 54. But you also, if you turn it on, now you can just press it on your valve, and it just inflated up to 60, well, 61, just like that. And it was that easy. So I'm really impressed. And yeah, it's not light, but it's not heavy. And I've read that this will go for a number of rounds, but really you only need it once or twice on a ride. Just keep it charged up. It just plugs in like anything else. Anyhow, just thought I'd show you that because I just used it now. So this is kind of a watershed moment for me. I've come here to Pocatière many times, seen the bike path go by, thought about being on that bike path, and now I'm on that bike path. It's not the same as it used to be. This building was here, you can kind of tell. That building there is new. And what I need to do is recharge batteries and cool myself down somehow. So I'll do that here, but I'm going to enjoy the moment for the moment. Like I say, it's new. I went inside this museum kind of complex. Two things it doesn't have: cold water and power. So that's looking back at Pocatière. It's actually at the top of that hill. It's very impressive. There's no way I'd want to cycle up that hill if I could possibly avoid it. And I could avoid it. I call these ladderarians. Well, I call the people who put them up ladderarians for obvious reasons. They're all over Casselman. This is the furthest east I've seen one. It's another ladderarian cross. This one apparently with respect to a cow. Seems a little wooden though.
doing it for health, mobility, recovery for everybody.
Excellent.
I almost lost my leg when I was 15, struck by a car.
Oh yeah?
And the doctors, the nurses, and heck, the people that paid their taxes back in 1986, they helped to put it back together.
Awesome.
And this is what we have accomplished together. Well, they're 26,000 kilometers, and you add that in, I'm getting close to 29,000 altogether.
That's a bit more than me.
That's what you put out there.
I'll make sure that code there is clear for anybody. Saint-Denis de la Boutonnerie. 10 miles or 10 kilometers to go. I've arrived in Kamouraska. No, I am not staying there. Be pretty cool though. Look down at my bike and no tent stakes. That's not good. The more I've been cycling, the healthier I get. Looks like salmon pokeball. So I lost my poles somewhere between La Pocatière and here. That's when the last picture of them was. So that's too far to go back and look. I just won't be able to make it to Rimouski on time. So I think what I'm gonna do is in Rivière de Loup, I'm gonna buy a cheap tent. I'm gonna dump the remainder of my existing tent here. I'm gonna pick it up later. I'm not abandoning it because it's too good a tent to abandon. So that's what I'm going to do, and then use that cheap tent to camp a couple places on the way into Rimouski. That gets me into Rimouski on Sunday. I travel back to Ottawa on Monday, and then what's going to happen is Andrea and I are going to drive out sometime between Tuesday afternoon and Thursday evening, because that's when the football game is, to pick up my bike, pick up the tent, and look for my stakes. So that's the plan. Took a while to get to that plan, but that's the plan.